Today you're going to learn about the Addams family and the many family members that it has. In your workbook, you're going to start filling out the Addams family album. So I'm going to read the paragraphs to you, and you're going to end up filling out the name, description, and favorite activity for all the different family members within the Addams family. So here's the paragraph. Please follow along as I read. In the center of Matterville, there is a place called the Nucleus Arcade, where two members of the Addams family like to hang out. Perky Patty Proton, like her sisters, is quite large, with a huge smile and eyes that sparkle. Patty is always happy and has a very positive personality. Nerdy Nelda Neutron is large like Patty, but she has a boring, flat mouth and eyes with zero expression. Her family is very apathetic and neutral about everything. Patty, Nelda, and their sisters spend all their time at the arcade. So what I want you to do is, in this first box, I want you, based on the paragraph that I just read, fill out the name, description, and favorite activity for Perky Patty Proton, and then please give her a face based on what it says. And then you're going to do the same thing in this box, but in this case it's going to be for Nerdy Nelda Neutron. You'll do the name, description, activity, and what she looks like. Click pause so that you can complete both boxes about Perky Patty Proton and Nerdy Nelda Neutron. So now we're going to read about another member of the Addams family. So please follow along as I read. Around the Nucleus Arcade, you will find a series of roadways that are used by another member of the Addams family, enraged Elliot Electron. Elliot races madly around the arcade on his bright red chrome-plated Harley Davidson. He rides so fast that no one can be sure where he is at any time. Elliot is much smaller than Patty and Nelda, and he is always angry because these bigger relatives will not let him in the arcade. He has a frown on his face, eyes that are squinted with anger, and a very negative attitude. So in this box, I want you to fill out the information about enraged Elliot Electron, his name, describe him, what's his favorite activity, and give him a face based on what that paragraph says. So please click pause. So let's begin filling out Matterville. So for the first blank, I want to know, what is this location called? Where do two of the family members hang out? And that's what you're going to fill in right there. Now tell me what two family members are contained in that area of an atom, and fill in the two blanks. Obviously, you're allowed to look back if you need help. Now I'm going to read the paragraphs in order to fill in the rest of Matterville. So the first energy streak can only hold 2 electron brothers. So that is right here. So you're going to fill in this information. The second energy streak, called the Energy Freeway, can hold 8 brothers. So we're going to start filling in this information. The third energy streak, called the Energy Superhighway, can hold 18 of the brothers. So we're going to fill in this information. Click pause and finish completing anything you haven't so far. The morale of Matterville is stable as long as each negative electron brother is balanced out by 1 positive proton sister. The number of residents in Matterville depends on the proton and neutron families. We will continue to discuss this in the next upcoming classes. I have a challenge for you. On a piece of loose leaf, I want you to answer this question. Make sure you put your name on your paper. What would happen to the morale of Matterville if one Elliott electron was kidnapped? Would the morale be neutral? Would the morale be positive? Or would the morale of Matterville be negative? Please number your answer number 1 and write it in a complete sentence. I have another challenge for you. Please number this number 2. What would happen to the morale of Matterville if there was one more Patty proton? Would the morale of Matterville be neutral? Would the morale be positive? Or would the morale of Matterville be negative? Please write your answer in a sentence and turn your piece of loose leaf into your class's tray.